Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For the valedictory session of the Odisha Literary Festival 2022, My Country, My Kahani, we are truly honored to have amidst us the Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Shri Naveen Patnaik ji. Shri Naveen Patnaik is known to be a man of few words, but he is a man of million achievements. A leader who has scripted history in the last 25 years, steering Odisha to food security, making it a global model in disaster management and exemplifying women's empowerment. He has done it all. He remains politically invincible, yet his popularity with the classes and the masses keeps growing with each passing day. He has not just put Odisha on a path of progress with his vision that encompasses holistic development of the state. Shri Patnaik has led by example which few others in India can emulate. He made Odisha sports capital of the country and gave Indian hockey a position which is a feat that will remain unmatched. Hosting back-to-back Men's World Cup 2023, the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup, he's taken the sports world by storm. Someone who has dedicated his life to the cause of Odisha is undeniably the best person to speak on My State, Stories of the Soul. May I please request the CEO of the New Indian Express, Ms. Lakshmi Menon, to kindly present the bouquet to the Honorable Chief Minister. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. I would now request the New Indian Express Odisha resident editor, Mr. Sibo Mohanty, to kindly come on stage and welcome Shri Patnaik ji.
Respected Sri Naveen Patnaik, Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, respected Sri Prabhu Chawla, Editorial Director of the New Indian Express, CEO Ms. Lakshmi Menon, all our esteemed speakers, panelists, guests, and everyone present in the audience. It's my privilege to be here to welcome you all to the valedictory and the most important session of the Odisha Literary Festival. Most important because we have amidst us our Honorable Chief Minister Sri Naveen Patnaik. Over the years, he has always found precious time to attend the Odisha Literary Festival. And it's no surprise given the demanding schedule owing to his steadfast commitment to Odisha and his love for literature. A known author and an avid speaker, a reader, several of his initiatives had catapulted Odia language into Odisha's treasure trove of literature. Recognition of Odia as a classical language, incentives for studies in Odia, setting up academic chairs in Jawaharlal Nehru University and Banaras Hindu University to further Odia language and literature are some examples from an otherwise long list. An eminent author, before he helmed Odisha, he has scripted a story of transformation for the state. A single man, he has time and again stated that his family is 4 crore Odias, which endears him to the people of Odisha to such an extent every leader in the world hopes and aspires to achieve. Thank you, sir, for being here with us again. This has been a wonderful journey for all of us. From 2012, when we started the first literary festival in the state, to the 10th edition this year. For record's sake, we have had over 270 speakers who shared with us innumerable magical stories of Indian literature, history, arts, cinema, and much more over 130 sessions. Our commitment to be a small part of state's discourse to promote Odisha and Odia literature remains as vigorous as it was 11 years back. This pursuit to bring luminaries from a varied field to Odisha and engage in meaningful debates and discussions will continue. I don't wish to stand in the way of what we all are waiting for, to listen to our Honorable Chief Minister, Sri Naveen Patnaik. We, on behalf of the New Indian Express, welcome you to the valedictory session once again, sir. Thank you, and I would request Sri Prabhu Chawla ji to take over from here. Thank you, sir.
Namaskar and good evening. मैं आपके और सीएम के बीच में ज़्यादा देर नहीं खड़ा रहूँगा, because you want to hear him, not me. And I know Mr. Patnaik for the last almost 25 years. If we are standing here today for the 10th time to celebrate Odisha Literary Festival, but for him, but for his active support, but for his active guidance, supported by his CMO led by Mr. Pandian, who's sitting behind, we would not been able to hold this here at all. I must thank him once again from the bottom of my heart, both of them, that we are committed to it because we really think Odisha is the real literary capital of India. All the great writers were born here. They have written good literature and they have to be made famous. So we wanted to make Odisha Literary Festival to be part of national literary dialogue. Because Odia literature has been kept out of Indian literary dialogue. So it is our contribution as a national newspaper to also bring Odia, which is most of part of its rich heritage, and one of the best governed state in India. I don't want to say much about Mr. Naveen Patnaik, because I now have called one word MWMW. You will be wondering what is MW and what is MW. It applies to both of them, the Prime Minister of India and Mr. Naveen Patnaik. NW means for Modi, maximum word, maximum work. And for Mr. Naveen Patnaik, MW means minimum words and maximum words. I don't know, it is not to be taken otherwise. If I count the words spoken by Mr. Patnaik during the last 25 years, he will complete in 25 years as Chief Minister once the term is over. That is a record of its kind. The number of words spoken by Mr. Naveen Patnaik in 25 years perhaps may be less than the words spoken by our Prime Minister every day. So in that way, work speaks louder than that. In terms of work, his delivery system, his responsibilities, accountability is much more transparent, visible. If Odisha is now one of the topmost states in India, it is because of Mr. Naveen Patnaik, who believes in work and money. So with that, I will just request, we'll play a little video which the Chief Minister has given to us, and after that, we'll have a short and little question and answer session with him, which he rarely agrees. He is very indulging when I come to me, and I take some liberties with him, which will be after his video is played. Over to him.
Mr. Prabhu Chawla, invitees, ladies and gentlemen, Odisha, my state, has always been an epitome of rich art, culture, literature, and traditions that have been honed over centuries. These have had a major impact on the consciousness of millions across the globe. Today, Odisha is at the cusp between tradition and modernity, which brings forth so many hues of life. Close to the beginning of the 21st century, one of our greatest writers, Fakir Mohan Senapati, came out with his mind-blowing story of Remati, the girl who was cursed for daring to study. That was the reality of Odisha in those times. Contrast with the story of Karma Mudali in the third decade of the 20th century. The tribal girl from the remote Bonda Hills coming to the capital city to realize her dreams with flying colors by studying in RD Women's University. The current story is the story of present-day Odisha, a story of immense possibilities. Not only this, Kalahandi is a district known long for its poverty. Now Kalahandi is a major producer of rice in Odisha, helping us to contribute to the public distribution program. So in sports, the national and international sporting community is looking to Odisha for conduct of their events. Look at our role during the second wave of COVID-19 pandemic. We led the move to supply oxygen all over the country to save lives. We are also the center of attraction for investors. It's a story of a turnaround. Numerous such stories speak on the giant leaps we are making in different fields. For many years, my state has consistently outgrown the pace of national growth rate. We have been able to keep pace with the latest developments in technology to ensure equitable and inclusive growth. Our story of development has so many facets as lives are transformed in countless ways. May it be food production or disaster management, may it be women empowerment or healthcare, sports, education, or service delivery. Transformational changes are visible all across the state. The stories of our transformation are creating buzz around the nation and across the globe. Our state is filled with marvelous stories that depict concepts such as institution, harmony, cooperation, sharing, and reverence for people's lives. These concepts have manifested timelessly, expressing themselves in a myriad of storytelling forms. The story of a confident Odisha is truly inspiring, timeless, and is a never-ending journey. I congratulate the New Indian Express for the 10th edition of Odisha Literature Festival and my best wishes for its flourishing and to continue into the next decade. Vande Utkal Janani.
Thank you, Honorable Chief Minister. There are many questions. Of course, you have set the agenda already. And by running the state so smoothly, you have also given an example how the state is run. With a clean bureaucracy, committed leadership, we can see how can a poor state become one of the first-ranking states in India. But now the question arriving every day, you must have heard also, but all the chief ministers which don't belong to the BJP, they have been raising about questions about threat to federalism, that federalism structure is under threat. Because of your relationship with all of them, good relationship from Sharad Pawar to Modi, what do you think you as a state chief minister have been getting your problems resolved amicably by the Prime Minister? Do you think federalism under threat?
As far as I'm concerned, as far as my government is concerned, we have a constructive relationship with the central government because our concern is only the development and welfare for our state, and the center cooperates with us on that.
You're getting full cooperation from the central government.
We're getting good cooperation, yes.
So your relationship with the Prime Minister are very friendly that way.
Well, they're amiable, yes.
The other question which comes about that you have run the state for 25 years. What do you think are the 5 important Naveen Patnaik imprint on the development of state achievements, which they call the Naveen model?
Well, we've been in office in this state for 25 years, as you said. And to start with, Odisha was known for its poverty and its calamities. We took office in the year 2000, just the year before, in 1999, there had been a super cyclone in which more than 10,000 people had died. So when we came to office, I'll repeat, we immediately took steps to see that this kind of disaster is not repeated again. We started an institution for calamity protection, which has done very well. In the last 22 years, we've had 3 more cyclones, and we've dealt with it very well. Our motto is to see that there's 0 casualty in all of this.
So you have brought it back from 1999 to 2020, the kind of challenges you have faced. Obviously, you have solved them. Have you been able to? Yeah, sorry, you were saying.
You asked for a number of achievements. Also, when we came to office for the first time, the state budget was a mere 5,000 crores a year. There was a constant shortage of making payments even to state government servants. We had to keep pleading for more funds from the center. And today, our state budget is almost 2 lakh crores of rupees. With this, we've been able to do a great deal of good for our people. And you asked about achievements. When we came to office, we were a food deficit state. Today, we're the 3rd largest provider of food in the country. And the 3rd largest provider of food in this country. Also, we have an excellent health program which covers almost all the people of the state. We provide 5 lakhs a year for the health of all males, and for women we provide 10 lakh a year. So I've listed 3 of those, of the 5 you asked for. Now, as far as poverty is concerned, we have raised more than 8 million people in the state above the poverty line. This has been one of the most remarkable achievements, not only in India, but in Asia. So I've told you about our health programs, providing our food. Women empowerment. We started, at the beginning of our government, we started a program for women's self-help groups. Today, we have about 7 million women that are involved in this. It's been a tremendous success, both economically and politically.
Other thing which now the 2024 is coming, almost 2024 you got factually about 17, 18 months of actual rule before the code of conduct something. Do you have 3 major steps which you would like to take? These are the 3 steps I'll take and get the record 6 victory beating Jyoti Basu also. Jyoti Basu is the record, no, your route.
Our government remains constantly concerned with development in the state and, of course, the welfare of our people. And we will continue with these programs, and I'm sure the people will bless us once again.
Other is little sensitive because what I read that in 25 years this by-election result has come today. Normally you always win all the elections. By-election not important for any government. So what do you think is the mandate today? It is in favor of the BJP or not? What is this? What is the
Well,
mandate?
today's mandate of the by-election, we have lost very few by-elections in all the years that we've been in office. In this one, first of all, I'd always respect the verdict of the people, and the MLA had died recently. He was quite popular. His son has been given the ticket. The BJP has held this seat for a number of years. So it's to be expected that they would win this seat. But to talk about the Biju Janata Dal, recently we had the Zilla Parishad elections for all 30 districts of the state, and we won them all.
So in a way, that's a good answer. Just supplementary question. It means our by-elections proved that in your local election, it is not the Congress which is threat to you, it is the BJP which is threat to you. Is it right?
Well, the BJP has become, in the very few last years, the second largest party in the state.
The 2024 election will be between BJD and BJP, not BJD and Congress.
And also the Congress is very much still there.
Thank you very much for giving the answer. Thank you.
I'd like to thank you again. I'd like to thank Indian Express for always inviting me to this festival.
We'll continue to invite you, sir, as long as you're there, and you will be there next year when we come. You will be there after there for your support and guidance.
Thank you.
To hear you, and proudly so, about your state, our state, Odisha. May I now request the New Indian Express editorial director to present a memento to our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Naveen ji. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Oh, God. With the end of this session, we come to the conclusion of the 10th edition of Odisha Literary Festival.